Welcome back, guys. Okay, what is this episode number
Ever three?
Yes. Welcome to Crowning Confidence, where fashion, success, and faith meets. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Wen.
And I'm the other host. I'm KK.
Yes. So first and foremost, we're gonna start like we always start. What are we wearing today? You want to go first?
Nah, you can go first.
Oh, for the first? I think this is my first time going first.
Yeah.
All right. So today, super duper easy. Like it's hot outside. I don't want to do all that.
It's like 80 degrees outside.
Yes, I don't know. It's like weird, New York weather. It's very much indecisive. So I just wanted to take a simple, easy. So I'm wearing like a matching set by Carl Kenny and regular white Hanes t-shirt, and my shoes are by Alexander McQueen. What about you?
Honestly, I'm wearing a simple outfit as well. I'm wearing this top that's from Shein. I think I thrifted this tank top. I thrifted this pants.
Not thrifted.
And these shoes, I think they're from like a local like shoe store.
Wow, look at you supporting small businesses. I love it. Period.
2 years ago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what I'm wearing today, and a bunch of gold jewelry to make the green pop because I'm sorry, said so to do that. So.
Exactly, the gold and green just got those together.
Right.
So yeah, today we got a couple topics which I'm really excited to talk about. Mm-hmm. So first and foremost, we're going to be talking about today, one of the topics is evolving. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I feel like that is very important.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people are scared because it's a change, of course, when you're evolving. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times when you're evolving, you have to leave bad habits or old habits.
Yeah.
And also you have to leave your comfort zone. That's something I feel
a lot of people do.
Exactly.
Really
especially if you, us human beings, we're a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And we're get to like so used to doing something, and it's very hard to change that.
Right.
So my question to you is, how do you feel like you evolved from that's even better, motherhood? Let's even talk about that because there's so much.
Right.
There's so much we could talk about that. How do you evolve prior to becoming a mother? Then now,
So old me versus mother me.
100%.
Okay, so I feel like honestly in evolving too, since in life we're always constantly changing. Different phase comes with style, success, careers. Everything is always evolving. Even when we don't want it to, life always continues to go on.
100%.
For me though, I would say before motherhood, my identity was pretty much like kind of the same. I think the only thing that was different was I think I was more social. I think I was more like out there, like trying to go out, not like out there like, in the club. Yeah, I don't do no clubs.
Yeah, no party.
I'm not a club person.
We're a bunch of old heads.
No. I'm talking about like more like events, like going to this and that. But I think it was more social. I still had mental health issues. Actually, the mental health issues was worse before motherhood. And I think motherhood honestly made me more, how could I say, more whole as a person.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because I don't think for me, I was really nervous while being pregnant. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I fit in the role of being a mother? What if I don't actually as loving as I want to be? What if I don't know what the baby needs like that? What if I'm not even filling my own cup? Because that's a whole different story too. Because before motherhood, I would get my nails done. I would constantly. I would order Shein, my paycheck would be devoted to my closet. You see what I'm saying? I would buy mad Amazon stuff. I'm an Amazon girl too. So it's just basically me, not like I'm a selfish person, but I only had to worry about me. But now since I'm a mother, and a wife, so it's constantly, you're thinking about other people, which is fine. But I think after having a baby, I did lose my identity in it. Because the thing is, I was surrounding myself only with, taking care of the baby, taking care of people around me. Like my husband, he's a really hardworking man. He works at the ER. He works a lot of hours, and he's also in nursing school. So it's just that a lot is a load for himself. So I try to be as supportive and there for him as much as possible. But taking that away, I think for myself, I wasn't really taking care of myself as much as I should be, or investing in my personal health as well. Mentally, I feel like I was not as mentally there as I should be. I think for me, it just felt like shifts, okay, gotta wake up, gotta do this, and I completely lost what I enjoyed, what I thought who I was before, even looking nice. I would just put on sweatpants, sweaters, all of that. But before, your girl was fashionable. Like, she would go out, she would, the little flowy, those type of outfits, like really cute flowy clothes. Like, you wouldn't really see me like not wearing stuff that is cute, So, but now I think I'm trying to get back into that.
100%.
No matter if it's like I'm inside, I'm still trying to wear something that still makes me feel good, just to bring back those not old feelings, but those old habits of 100%. Like feeling better for myself. So I definitely think that's one thing that helped me. But also, I feel after motherhood, my faith actually strengthened more with God than it did before, because now I had to depend so many different aspects, because it's not only me anymore. I have to depend my faith with God about my child and about my husband and my husband's relationship and everyone else around me. So I had to build up boundaries, but I had to consult with God first, 100%. Which I didn't have to really do from before because it was only me. So I think basically that's how it all sums up, the identity and the old me versus the motherhood me, you know what I mean, before the title. So yeah, I think it was a lot said,
first and foremost,
but if you get it.
First and foremost, I definitely want to say this, and you were talking about how you were questioning yourself as prior to becoming a mother, what how the kind of mother you would be.
Yeah, like if I was qualified.
I want to tell you something, guys. She is overqualified, and she is just like the best mom ever to my amazing nephew. She like reads, like she's like, oh my God, they're always at the library. It's like she's like the perfect mom. She has a schedule, amazing job. So she is doing amazing, and also too, and I feel like a lot of people who are going through that are scared, because I feel like if I just had a kid, I wouldn't know what to do either. Like I can't think of that, but I feel like once you're in it, it just, once that baby come out and they put it in your chest in the hospital, game over.
You have no choice.
Game over.
But to tap into what you're in.
Exactly. Game over. And I also feel like it's nature, so it's natural.
Yeah.
And I feel like women were given this natural like mother instincts, like it just naturally just happens.
There is something scientifically, I forgot what it is, that happens to the brain, a part of the brain that actually switch on when you're a mother.
100%. I feel like even so, like just from hearing stuff like that, it's like I feel like you're so much more sharper too. Like your eyes are a lot quicker, and you just Right. So I definitely feel like you are out of this world mother. So keep up the good work.
Thank
and
you,
anybody that's kind of like gonna have a baby, a first child, and it sounds like you
got it. You may think you're underqualified, but God had made you more 100%. Than qualified.
God never gives you more than you can.
Like you are probably overqualified. Because I always think of motherhood as a ministry as well, because you are actually investing in someone's life, and if
100%.
you as a mother and a wife, you create that environment. Even the Bible even says it, like a woman could literally like destroy the entire like vibe of the house. You know what I mean? And as a mother, you make the house a home. And the same thing with the child too. You make that child, the amount of nurture you give that baby, the amount of like love you give that baby will result in how they are when they get older.
100%.
So it's just like literally reflects everything that you give towards the baby, the effort. It reflects,
100%.
So it's like the work you put in it, and when you invite God into it, you realize it's hard, but there's beauty in the hardship. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you realize, wow, this beautiful human being. One, first of all, they're growing, which is the first success because you're taking care of them. You know what I mean? And second, if they're showing affection, it's like literally mirroring what you've been doing
100%.
to them.
It's 100%.
So you are more than qualified to be a mom. Don't be scared. Keep God close, and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? You will be all right. And if you don't have anyone that supports you, lean into God. And I'm sorry you don't, because sometimes I be thinking about
a village.
I be thinking about single mothers, and I'm like, bro, I have a husband that helps me pretty much a lot. You know what I mean? But I'm like, even then, sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, it's so much. So I can't even imagine like a single mother doing it. Like literally. All respect to you, and you got it. Just keep pushing. Literally,
different roles and stuff like
because you have to be a mother and you have to be a mom at the same time, which sometimes it's really hard.
Mom and dad.
Yeah, and that's hard.
It's a lot. But for me,
you can do it.
Evolving. That's a really good question. I feel like I evolve. Like I feel like every year, that's something that I constantly actually look forward to. Every year or every milestone in my life is I always want to be better than I was the previous year. So that's something that I go for it. I aim for is to always evolve, because if you stay stagnant, and to go back to episode number 2, you're not gonna, you want these things, but you're not changing, your habits or anything like that. You have to give something in. If you want to elevate, you have to give up
Right.
old habits.
Right.
Because if you keep on doing the same thing over and over, you're not gonna get better. So I don't even know where to start because I'm always growing, just always learning more, and I'm always.
Let's talk about your fashion then.
Oh well,
let's talk about fashion for a little bit because your fashion sense have come a long way.
Oh my God!
Let alone like your mental health and even you as a person.
Exactly.
So we could hit those two, but talk about your fashion first.
For sure, that's actually a really good question. I want to say I didn't really. So I was always very big. I know probably some people that like I grew up with are like, oh my God, he's into fashion. But I was always very big into fashion, but I was very confused. I had like, my brain is very, what's the word? I'm very creative. Like my brain is like I will see something and automatically I already like just generate an outfit in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm very like, even when I was younger, just imagine just getting hammered with all these crazy ideas, but I didn't know what to expect. So like I was very, like junior high, I didn't really care about stuff. It was like high school when I started, becoming a little bit better. But I feel like once I got out of high school and also to moving to the city, kind of like opened my eyes so much more
like
with fashion. Oh my God. And that's when things started taking off for me with like getting involved with like fashion and educating myself on designers and everything like that. But every year I'm growing and I feel like my style is becoming more mature.
Yeah, even like your hair. You remember?
Yes, oh my God.
I used to know. I love the platinum blonde. Like you used to be platinum blonde.
Oh my God.
And it was like, you had hair up here and then you had a fade and then you had like an edge up, but it was like platinum blonde. And white. Sometimes you literally would do like purple.
Yes,
but it was not like a deep blue purple. It was like
a lavender. Very light purple.
And like I was surprised.
Thank God that phase is
my
over.
parents actually was fine with it.
Oh my God.
But like let alone I got my ears pierced. Remember I got my ears pierced?
Oh my God, yes.
My dad and my mom would go crazy and then my nose pierced.
Oh no, she was pushing it.
Literally I got my nose pierced. I took it out, but I got my nose pierced and on my birthday my dad was like, he saw me and then he was like, okay, let's pray.
That is so funny. That is so funny. But I'm just really happy that, honestly, that phase is over because, holy
I could
never go back to stuff like that.
It was cool.
But like, as I'm getting older now, I notice that I'm becoming more mature with also what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a lot of button-up shirts. Like, today didn't count because I'm wearing like, like a jumpsuit.
Yeah, but it still looks nice,
Yeah, so, but I'm more like into like, a lot of collars and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm kind of like staying away from bright colors. That's something I used to get very crazy.
I want to get into colors. Yeah.
I literally used to go crazy with the colors and all this stuff.
But you made it work.
I try. But I honestly, that's why Evolve. And also another thing to talk about Evolve is to go back to your people you are with. And I feel like now I appreciate more peace and quiet and less craziness and just too much going on. I feel like when I was younger, even when I was younger, I wasn't really like into the going out and stuff like that. But now I'm very more self-aware of who I want around me, my energy. Because fun fact, I remember one time I was praying and I was like, God, please, if something's not for me or someone's not for me, remove them. And I don't care what it is.
Right. That's a strong prayer.
I shut it, girl. When I did that prayer, talking about Evolve, people were dropping like flies. Like, I was like, what happened? Like, what happened? Like, it just started going crazy. It started going crazy. But I knew that I had to do that to get where I want. And I'm still not even close to where I want to be at. But I know that it's a journey. And the fact that I'm open to new things and new, to let go of bad habits and also old habits for me to evolve and get better where I'm at. So that mindset will take you very far. And I'm very always open to challenges and things like that because if you don't go through those, through the ringers and all these different things, you're not going to get better. You're not going to evolve. So I definitely think that's one of the main thing for me when it comes to being evolved and also to just in general, putting myself first. That was something that I used to struggle with. Is I used to prioritize other people.
Yeah, like sacrifice.
100%. Like God forbid I'm doing something for myself and you ask me.
And you will drop it.
And I'll just drop it.
I'm like that too.
And that kind of comes up, and I could see that too, especially I have a mother, you have a husband too. So it's very easy to fall into that just mindset, and it become a routine. You start doing it, and you don't.
But then you start feeling like tired. You know what I mean? Like
you get burned out. Exactly. And I had that, and I noticed that I was going above and beyond for people, but God forbid when it was time for me to act something, I'll feel guilty for asking people to help me out.
Yeah. Which is not right.
Which is not right.
But sometimes you think like, oh yeah, like you put yourself in that position of doing a lot for people, and then you kind of expect them to do the same back, and they don't. And you feel disappointed.
And so disappointed.
But it's because you've been going a little above and beyond for them, you know.
But one thing I want to say about that is because people will take advantage of that and run with it, and I have experience with that.
I'm learning that right now.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I'm learning that right now.
The best advice I could give it to you is no. Just learn how to say no.
Yeah.
And I know it's very hard, and that's something that I'm kind of working on too. I'm still working on it, but I'm getting better. Saying no.
Yeah.
It's just saying no, especially if you have that gut feeling like, oh my God, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself first.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to do, especially because I feel like we have that, even with our family. You can tell with the careers, we're always helping people. That's like any type of career things, any of our family, we just have that genes. I think I have a client who's telling me that you have but apparently it's a real thing. It's a special gene that you have. It's kind of like when you get satisfied from helping other people.
Oh, wow.
It's something that makes you.
I thought like a love language, is like acts of services.
Exactly.
That,
But you need to learn how to say no.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's hard to say, but you just gotta learn. If you keep on going out of your way, and I'm not saying just say no to everybody to be mean, but like if you keep on going out of your way and you're constantly feeling like you're being burnt out, you putting so much into it, and the feeling and what you're doing is not being reciprocated. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just look. And it's easy.
Yeah, I'm literally.
Family members, friends, anybody.
No, because at this point, I feel like I'm a person like all my friends know. Like I will literally cross the ocean if there's something happening. I will come and help you. Like if there's a big life event, I will cancel what I have to do and try to be there. If I'm not there, just know dang well that like God Himself didn't want me to be there. You know what I mean? So for me now, when I see that I am having like people in my life that are not reciprocating the same thing, now I'm starting to question it more. From before, I used to be like, oh, let it like fly over my head. Like, oh yeah, no, it's nothing, But then I'm like, wait, why am I feeling sad? You know what I mean? Then I'm like, no, this is valid because you would go above and beyond for someone who's having a big life change or something like that. So if it's not being reciprocated, it's like, at this point, I'm questioning our friendship. You 100%. Know what I mean? Because I'm like, a friendship should not be based off of, of you basically saying, oh yeah, like, it shouldn't be based off of like, oh yeah, I can't come to this thing, like, oh, only guys, you're doing this, but being there for me, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a foundational thing,
100%.
So I feel like when that happens, you should start questioning like what is going on here. Not saying you should just cut the person off. I don't believe anyone should be cut off like right away like that. I feel like you should explain to them why you're cutting them off. So then later in life, like, they'll run into someone and they'll be like, oh shoot, I remember that person telling me this and this and this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just started realizing that, and I think I have to start doing that, of like stepping back and being like, whoa, you're kind of doing a little too much, and this is not being reciprocated. Are they really your friend like that? You know what I mean?
So that also goes into setting boundaries. So that's another thing people you need to start doing. I'm just like, I love, and I say this, I love the people, just like my siblings, all of us. I love who we're becoming, and I love to see the growth, especially in you.
Thank you.
My other sister, my brothers. I love to see the growth, and that's with every like career, just like personality, just everything. I love to see it, and boundaries is a very big important thing because. Going back to people taking advantage of that, if you don't set boundaries, you're just like letting everything run wild free.
Yeah, you're just letting the mat out for everyone to come to it.
Exactly, and people just gonna keep on taking.
Literally.
And God forbid you have the wrong kind of people in your circle. They're gonna use that to the full advantage. And at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one that's burnt out. You don't. It doesn't work like that. It's not. I'm not saying a friendship. Or relationship is transactional,
right.
But you just gotta feel like at least some of the stuff you're doing, you're gonna get just meet them halfway or something like that. You don't need to feel like you just keep on pouring. No, it doesn't work like that.
Because I'm not a strong believer of the 50-50 thing.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
You know what I am? I'm 100. Yeah,
I'm like, and me and my husband. It's like, okay, this is the thing. When it comes to relationship. You and your person, like for example, I'm gonna use me and my husband. It's 100%. Sometimes I may be feeling like, like 50%, and he has to kind of do 150 or something, you know what I mean? And give most of the energy. But something is like, you're meeting me at the middle.
100%.
Sometimes you'll be at 75% and I have to give you the extra 25, and that's the beauty of it. But if you have someone that you're literally giving 100% and they're zero, and you're trying to like literally help them and it's still zero, bro, it's just like, at that point, it's just like, this relationship's not going anywhere.
100%.
You're just gonna feel burnt out.
The same concept. And so kind of, that's actually good to bring that up into relationship, into marriage. My husband and I, same concept too. Same concept. That's things we talk about and everything like that. And I feel like this generation also has a relationship is like becoming like, they expect it to be easy pretty much. I feel like, and also too, just within the culture, I feel like divorce, separation, it's like such an easy thing to do now.
Yeah.
And people are not willing to put the work in into relationship.
Like that,
Exactly. And a relationship is not 50-50. You have to put that 101. You have to give it your all.
Yeah.
And by all means, what you got to do, sacrifice. And that's what I said. One thing about a relationship is compromise. And God, for a marriage itself, that you have to know how to compromise. Okay.
Yeah. But there has to be respect in it too.
It has to be respect. Compromise. You're gonna give compromise. If you don't like compromise, do not get married. Warning. If you don't like compromise, don't get married, because that's all you're gonna be doing your whole life. And it kind of comes also going back to being evolved. You're gonna constantly in your marriage.
Yeah, everything's gonna be. People say like literally, you'll start dating your not dating but married your spouse in the first year. They're gonna be a completely different person in the 50th year.
And you have to be able to kind of transition with them in the process. Yeah, like
because humans are evolving all the time. So
amazing example. Like I remember when my husband first me. Oh my God, New York City. That's where we're never gonna move away. We're never gonna go away. Blah blah blah. Boom. Things go. Oh my God, we need a little bit somewhere more quiet. Let's move back. Let's move to upstate. But now, we probably should move a little bit. It's like you are constantly evolving. You're constantly evolving, and being in a relationship, evolving, you have to be able to kind of transition and also evolve with the person that you're with. Yeah, right. Because if you are with someone that's super motivated and everything like that, you're gonna be like dead weight to them, you know?
Yeah. Or you're gonna look at them like, dang, they're doing too much.
They're doing too much. Yeah. And so you have to be able to transition into that. My favorite thing to talk about is goals. Yeah. I am a big goals person, and it was so funny because KK and I, we like prior to start shooting, we love to have like a little meeting, a little staff meeting. We have a meeting of what we're gonna be talking about. Right. So for you guys who don't know too, like podcast, we just let it. It's very natural, very organic. So it's not like we have like
we don't really put a lot of work into like what are we talking about, but we know like, are we gonna be able to bounce off each other? Is this conversation gonna be good enough to like talk to you guys about?
Exactly. You know? And we'll just like we literally would just have like a topic, and that's it. And it just naturally just goes into it. Yeah. So it's so funny because I was talking to Kek and I was like, we need to talk about goals. And I was like, you know what, let me go get a pen so I can write things down. Right. So I found, so another thing I used to do, which I need to start getting to, is journaling.
Me too.
I'll write everything.
I lost so many of my journals and I'm kind of scared because I'm like, who's going to be reading my stuff?
Hopefully you don't got nothing crazy in there.
No, I do.
Hopefully you don't got your body's hidden somewhere.
No, nothing crazy like that.
But it was so funny because this was used to be my old journal book. And one of the page, and I just think it's so amazing. And that goes back to episode 1 when I was talking about how my whole life that I am living is manifested things that I asked for in prayers, I'm getting. There's a freaking list of everything that I wanted. This was back in 2023, okay? 2 years ago, right? Yeah. And like literally, I kid you not, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of these things I've accomplished except for the other one. Except for 2, but literally,
do you mind telling us a little bit? Like, do you mind telling us like 2?
Oh my God! So there was
the you don't have to say all your business.
Yes, I'm not gonna tell all my business. Like, I'm gonna be open, but I'm still gonna be private. So the first one is a car that I always wanted to own. I own that. I literally have the car right now. The second one more happy is being more open and be more adventurous because I was very
you were like, oh yeah, let's go somewhere.
I'll stay home. Being more healthy, I'm working on that because food is so good, stuff like that. Mentally, and be in a better mental state, because I remember 2023 was not really the best for me in mental state. So a lot of these things I've achieved.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you wrote it down.
And these were,
and you just found that now.
and I found that today. It was so weird because I had that in a freaking. We have a junk drawer. I'm sure everybody got a junk drawer. And I just be throwing everything in there. And I was like, let me find a book so I can write things down, ideas and stuff like that. And I found this, and I just thinking that is so special. And that kind of was like, okay, that gave me a light bulb moment. We have to talk about goals. I am a very big goal setter.
Yeah.
I like to set goals.
You're just like Poppy.
Yes, I like to set goals. And to go back to what I was saying is, constantly you're seeing the same thing. You keep on reading it, you keep on writing it down, it's gonna happen. You don't have an option. It has to happen. I even have a Pinterest board of things, goals that I wanted to achieve. And I look at those things and I pray over those things. I always tell God, like, you know, if you want this for me, let it be. But you writing these things down and putting it out there and saying it, it's gonna happen. So, but also to go back to that, I want to set. You got to be realistic too. That's another thing, because I don't want you to be talking about, oh, you want to be a billionaire tomorrow. Hey.
Yeah, that's what they said. They're like, oh yeah, when you're making not they, but in the internet, it talks about when you're making goals, you have to be specific.
Exactly.
But you have to make it realistic as well.
100%.
So then it's like, oh yeah, you're not realistic, and then you fail, and you're like, goals over. Because a lot of people do that in New Year's. They're like, oh yeah, I want to lose 35 pounds
every New Year's
in 2 months. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you say that, but like, are you gonna break it down? How many times are you gonna go to the gym? How much? Like, what's your diet gonna look like? Are you gonna take steps? You know, like how are you gonna work around your regular schedule? You know, stuff like that.
So you have to be very detailed. Yeah. But also, I want to talk about, when I talk about goals, I want to say there's gonna be short-term goals and long-term goals. So I want to say, for you to separate bigger goals. I'm not saying it's not possible, it's not doable, but bigger goals longer. You should make be in your long-term goal.
Okay.
So if it's something like buying a house, which if you're doing, give me a call.
I need to redo my goal stuff over.
So if you're buying a house, give me a call. I'm a realtor in the state of New York, so.
Call him up.
Call me up. I got you. But yeah, so like buying a house, like you can make that a long-term goal. But like, you know, eating better, these could be short-term goals. And I feel like if you kind of go and write those things down, you're seeing it in your face. You're seeing it 24/7. Like you're looking at it. It's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So
it's almost like an affirmation, like you tell yourself every morning. You're 100%. Gonna start believing it, and it's gonna start making you feel like that.
And I feel like, I don't know if you remember that in the first episode, we set goals because we were talking about the goals.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what we want for the podcast.
Exactly, because that goes. So we will see. We will see to set the goals, and we're working. And so another thing I don't want to see happen with goals is you write the goals in a book, and after that you leave it for 3 months and just waiting for something to happen. You have to put it in action. Right. Okay. Yeah. You have to put it in action. It's not gonna just sit there because you're doing it. Okay. I don't want to hear you become a millionaire, but you want to stay on your couch all day. How's that gonna happen? Right. Who's gonna be making the money? Shorty ain't gonna be you. So
and not you.
Definitely, you put writing the goal is easy, but you have to put it in action.
That's true.
And you have to put it into existence.
What are like your goals?
Oh my God, my goals.
If you could like pick your top 2 or 3.
3 goals?
Yeah, just to like sum it down for like the podcast to not be too long, because
my goals are low. You know the cartoon when they open the thing and the thing just rolling?
Yeah, the scrolls.
Because we'll be here for a very long time. So
you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, I'll just say it on top of my head. Okay, so for me, career-wise, I want to get back into school. I was a nursing major, basically. I was in nursing school, but that had to take a halt because I was pregnant. It was not going well. And I want to go back to school. I want to at least, God willing, let's see what he's doing, because he be changing up a lot of things. I want to be in some type of woman health career. You know, I don't know how long those are my long-term goals. Some woman health, mostly I would want to be a midwife. So then that could happen. We'll see. But, and then I would say health-wise, I just did a whole body scan, y'all, at my gym, and I was like, okay, we have some things to work on, but I didn't get discouraged. I actually got excited because I'm like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do, and I know what I'm hitting, and it tells me, okay, the amount of percentage of fat you have, the amount of muscle you have. So I'm excited for that. So for health-wise, I want to slim down, but I still want to have a lot of muscle. But not only because I want to look good, but I want it for like functionality, like to throw Junior up, or like when he's in the park, for me not to be winded to like run after him, like stuff like that, because he's very energetic, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to start working out really hard because I know I got my hands full. And then lastly, I would say, relationship wise, I feel like I have really strong relationship with all my sisters, my blood sisters out there. But I also want like a good amount of like Christian mommy friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a community like of that. So I want that to be a goal too, to like not be like so closed in and like go out and try to be like, hey, you want to go get coffee to a couple of people? Open. Yeah, right. But like I think sometimes I just get so shy. But that's one of my goals, to open up more. But yeah, those are my 3 goals.
Okay, I think I finally came up with something. Okay. Well, one of my goals is definitely I want to get out of my comfort zone, and I feel like I'm
already doing that. Yeah, this
I want to get out of my comfort zone,
especially with like last episode.
Oh yes, I was very open. Yes, right. So make sure you see episode 2.
Go back. It's pretty juicy, y'all.
It was very. I think it might be our deepest one yet. It was very open and very vulnerable.
We just wanted you guys to get to know us,
and it felt very great.
Yeah, it did.
To kind of let that out. And I really hope it kind of helps someone out. But just getting out of my comfort zone. Just stop always being so comfortable. And that could be with anything, career-wise,
right.
And just trying new things. I just want to get out of my comfort zone. That's one of my goals. Long-term goal, my husband doesn't agree with this, but my long-term goal is I want to move to a different country, preferably Germany. That's where my husband's from.
Can we do France though? Because I'm trying to get everybody countryside.
This girl want to buy a family compound in
South of France.
So bad.
Come on.
She's been harassing everybody.
Bettina, please. Mommy, Papi.
No.
Mama June, Papa June, please.
Listen, but definitely moving out of, like, I want to, like, retire or, like, when I get older.
Yeah, like, what age do you want to retire
at? For me, don't judge.
Some people be, like, 40s.
Yeah.
39. I honestly, like,
39.
When all the kids get out the house, I'm ready. 39 is crazy. Wait a minute.
I'm going to go off track a little bit.
Okay.
This working thing, oh, my God. It's just like I think
it's because you're not really doing what you
I literally work, and this is gonna turn into a whole rant thing, but I'm not gonna let it happen. So I have 3 different jobs, okay? I'm very hardworking, and I get that from my parents. My parents are always, like, since we were little, my parents are always hustlers.
Right.
But my husband and I, we're both freaking extremely working because we have a certain life that we want to live, and it requires us to work a lot. And by all means, we're gonna do it, and that's it. But yeah, so I can't see myself. I can't see myself doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Like I see people doing it, 40, 50, and and just retirement, just the system in general sounds so weird to me. So you're gonna work for 50, 60 years, and after that you get maybe like 10 years of just actually not working. So you did all that.
20, 25, 30 if you're lucky.
Yes. So that never made sense to me. So that's why I always try to work smarter, not harder, like with things I do. But right now, clearly it's not working because I'm working my butt off. But it's not really for me like that crazy. Like I just want to be free. And I love when I went to Europe, when I went to Germany to visit my in-laws, the life is so much more slow there.
Everything's slower outside of like America.
It's valued more, like family. So my husband, his family's house, his parents' house is right here. Next door is their grandparents. Next door is the uncle.
That's
it's so common, and they have this big, beautiful yard. Everybody could literally meet back there. It's like exactly. This is the life I see for myself because I'm very family oriented, and it's so easy. Like it's more slower. Okay. I'm not saying it's easier. There's still, my husband's family are very hardworking. They come from a very hardworking family too. But
the lifestyle is slower.
It's slower. It's calm.
They're not always in a rush. Like
Sundays,
in New York City and stuff like.
Oh my God, Sundays, everything's freaking closed, and everybody's just hanging out and just being more happy. The life is, and the food is amazing. So I really don't want to be. I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be doing it. Get somebody else to do it, not me. So that goes back to my goal of pretty much. That I want to
live outside of the country.
I want to retire. I want to retire outside of the country. That's one of my goals. That's my ultimate goal. Another goal for me is, oh my goodness, what else do I want? There's so much things I want.
Okay, try to say one more or 2 more.
You know what? One more.
Okay.
I know you're gonna roll your eyes. I want to lose weight. Okay.
OMG.
I want to lose weight. I want to lose about. This is like a very touchy subject on me because I'm like.
Y'all, when Scully's not even big. He's not even big.
Yes.
You think he's the biggest person?
I want to be 100.
Body dysmorphia.
I don't have that.
Yes, you do.
There's a difference. Body dysmorphia, because that's why I could feel the fat. Okay. Body dysmorphia,
bro.
you see it. You
I was
think
looking at when Scarlett, because when Scarlett did have a face. When he was in New Jersey, he got fluffy.
Like happens. I just got,
But the thing is, when Scarlett, I think right now is at his perfect shape, and he thinks he's so big. We literally was taking pictures upstairs. And he's like, "Oh, I'm as fat as what is it?
As fat as a tick, because I am." So.
And it's like this man don't even have a gut.
So I want to be like I feel like I'm.
I just think you just need to start like lifting some weights or something.
And that's another thing.
Because he's fast, bro, and he eats pretty healthy. So it's just like. He just doesn't want to get in the gym, or he doesn't want to like. But you said you say you got running shoes.
So yes, I'm gonna start my running back in.
That's working towards your goal.
Yes,
because you got the shoes.
You know what? Actually, you just said that. I actually want to do. I think I should do. I want to do a 5K.
Me and Mona are trying to do that. You should join us. It's in June 6th.
Oh, that don't give me enough time. Oh, damn.
Kelly, I didn't even start training yet, but listen, honey.
But I used to run so much back in my day. Yeah, I used to run so much back in my day.
You should.
I used to run from freaking
Stewart to Stadtville. I don't know how much miles that is.
And I used to do that back and forth.
I think that's like. I think it's 20 minutes, not 20 minutes to drive, 12 to 15 minutes to drive. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely think it's up there because I used to do back and forth.
Yeah.
So definitely, that's one of my goals, to get back to running because I love running.
Yeah, well, you ready working towards it. You ready about shoes, y'all. So
yes, the shoes didn't come yet, so that's why I haven't started yet. I promise, the shoes not.
You better.
I went to the mail room today. It's not there, so no.
What shoes did you get?
I don't know, some running shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's one of my goals.
Okay, that's a good goal.
And guys, I also want to hear what's some of your short-term and long-term goals.
Yes.
Leave that in the comment because I'm very open to that.
Please say type evolving.
Evolve. If you have felt like you've been evolved.
Yes. In closing, guys, I have a little challenge for you. Probably won't be doing this every week, but this week I feel like it's definitely needed because challenges and goals it comes in hand. You know what I mean? Especially having like a what is it called? Like a timeline, So I'm gonna challenge you guys for this week. Take at least 10 to 5 minutes. Write down your goals.
Yes.
What you want in life. What you short-term goals, long-term goals. How you're gonna get there. But also, I want you to also live in the moment because I feel like when we're setting goals, we never really live in the moment. We're always trying to strive to get to that goal, and we realize, dang, I didn't even get to enjoy the process of getting to that goal. So try to do that. Breathe and just think about who you want to become. So I think that's a really good way to close.
That's amazing.
So please jot that down. If you want to share in the comments, by all means, be vulnerable. Talk about your goal that you want. And yeah, we maybe could even give you advice. Maybe that could be an episode.
I love it. I love it. So so guys, that's pretty much it for today. This is episode number 3. Oh my gosh, look at us keep on going.
I know. We're gonna keep showing up. We're gonna keep
see these faces every week. So definitely every Tuesday, we got a new episode.
Yes.
So definitely around like 6 p.m. ish, around when everybody's getting back from work or somewhere around there. So you give you a little something to watch while you cook, make dinner, or something like that.
And we're on Spotify too, so you don't necessarily have to watch us. You could listen.
If you don't want to see our faces, that's okay, but you still listen.
TikTok, Instagram, we're still working on putting some short, funny clips in there.
Exactly.
And stuff. So there's multiple different platforms that you guys could watch this on or listen to.
You got options. All right. So guys, we will see you on the next one.
And Crowned in Confidence.
Bye-bye. Love you guys.